Happy Monday. We're here again. The weeks fly by, don't they? It is Monday, June 6th, 2022. 6-6 portal today. Lots of crazy energy out there. I'm not sure where this is going to go. I just know that I'm supposed to be here. So we'll see if anyone else is supposed to be here too. If not, whenever you watch this. Whenever you watch this is the exact right time to watch it. So when I get the push, it's like, okay, now. I haven't gotten the push all day. So I ran away from you for a second. So letting the energy settle in. You see someone. Good morning. Is that Sai? Good morning. What is going on today with the energy? I like to watch. We all experience stuff, and I believe that we're all going through a lot of crazy energy right now, as far as two things. And one thing that's connecting to everything else is narcissism. Narcissism 101. And the crazy thing about narcissism is that those who suffer narcissism don't see that they suffer narcissism, because it's a very tricky, I hate to call things mental illness, but it kind of is. We're seeing a big influx in this, and I don't want to really focus on mental illness. I'm focusing more on the energy, because I'm very energy sensitive. Most people that come to me are very energy sensitive too. So we're feeling this heaviness on the planet. We're feeling this out to get you kind of stuff. You know, like, I know for me, I was in a narcissistic relationship for 20 years. And so the big thing that's coming through to me today, and I know that somebody's going to watch this over the next 24, 48 hours, and they're going to feel this in their own gut, is when we experience narcissism, and we can have that in our home as we're growing up. We can have very narcissistic parents, especially. It seems as if very sensitive souls tend to come into those kinds of relationships in order to help us to advance, to grow, to heal. So we have these experiences where we don't know if we're coming or going half the time. You know, when you're a child and you're in that kind of relationship with your parents or your siblings or whoever you're being exposed to, and one minute it's like everything's good, and the next minute it's just flipped around on you. And there's these mind games of, because that narcissist can't actually see it in themselves, it will always point back to you. So in my 20-year marriage, it was like I was always so confused. I just never understood where my place was or what I did wrong. That's a big one. It was like I always felt guilty. I always felt like I'm trying so hard to make you happy, and I just, no matter what I do, it gets thrown back in my face. And then it's always my fault. and I know that many of us have experienced that. It's a wild ride for sure. I noticed that in me, if I don't continue to work on that little girl that grew up very confused, and then into the marriage that I was exposed to, if I don't continue to work on those old wounds, we all do this. Our soul will continue to pull that energy back in different people. So we've got things that we want to heal from. We want to expand. We're in a very powerful time right now. You know, it's a very powerful time to be alive, and to be what a lot of people want to label as light workers. It's a very powerful, we're in a very powerful energy. And we have been put in situations growing up where we have been in a situation where we had to be very small, right? You just learn to just don't even open your mouth. Man, if you open your mouth, you're going to be in trouble. You might as well just be quiet and don't use your voice and be small. And so we've been trained up to be very small. So we're coming into a time now where that smallness really doesn't suit us. We have hidden under that smallness probably for many lifetimes. And so now we're coming into our energy, into our power. And it is a very big threat to those who are still carrying that energy of narcissism. I feel like narcissism is like old energy kicking and screaming its way all the way out the door. We're coming into a new energy, so let's change the verbiage around it. Narcissism is old energy. Fear is old energy. Anything that comes from fear is old energy. And so those parts of us, even religion or any kind of practice that makes us feel small or in fear, fear-based religion, fear-based programming, all of that, it's coming to a place where it is just kicking and screaming. It wants to hold on to that importance, like the ego is programmed this way and it wants to stay this way. It doesn't want to let go, and it is very old energy, and it is the energy that is trying to be released. And so we're coming into the energy of love. When we come into the energy of love and we really, really understand what love is, and we begin to feel the oneness between us, that we're all connected. There's no purpose. There's really no use for any kind of narcissistic or jealousy or any kind of behavior like that, any kind of lower vibrational energy, because you look around and you're walking down the street and you see a homeless person and you know that's you, and you want to help them, you want to reach out and do something for them. Or that abused child, that's you. Or that person that seems to be trying to overpower the world, that's you too. It's all parts of us working our way through the planet and working our way through these negative, lower vibrational energies. So here's the one thing I'm going to say, and I want to keep talking just in case there's 2 or 3 more that want to join us in a meditation. So I hope that you'll stay, Sai, because it'll be powerful. Even if it's the 2 of us, it'll be powerful and beautiful. What came to me today was, well, there's 2 hints, is when you're sitting in meditation, if you're carrying a lot of old energy, narcissistic pain and suffering or abuse or neglect or anything that you've got that you're carrying around from your childhood, we're in a place now where the energy that's around us is so giving and so loving and so healing. So I found I was given this one thing, and it's so simple. We can't, if we're not willing to let go of those experiences, the lower vibrational experiences, we will continue through that cycle, a pattern of bringing more in that will then do the same kind of stuff to us, so that it'll wake us up to the need to let go of that life rope. So we actually, even though we don't like the way we're treated by certain people, we'll continue to pull that kind of energy back in, because it is what we're comfortable with and it's what we're clinging to. We've got all these life ropes and we're just clinging to that old energy like it's all we've got left in the world, is those old experiences that somehow, even though we didn't like them, they made us comfortable because that's all we knew. So here's the thing. When we repeat things 3 times, we'll find a release. It's like somehow that sets it into our being. And I don't fully understand it. I just know the power of 3. So this morning, as I was meditating, I was calling in Archangel Michael. I'm like, I need to release this energy. It's hurting me. I'm hurting. I'm feeling as if I've been deserted. That little girl in me feels hurt. I feel guilt. I feel shame. I feel these lower vibrational energies from a certain person. And I got that. Say release. Hi, Tammy. Release. Where are you? I can't see. Oh, Canada. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. So when we're in those places of, let me repeat that really quick. When we go to those places of feeling hurt, or that little inner child in us feels really, really contained, feels like you're repeating this negative cycle of allowing somebody. I allow people, because I was raised in that way, I will allow people to hurt me. And I will stay in relationships and friendships and, whatever is going on in my life. I will stay there. I was married to this man who, he just acted like he hated me for 20 years of my life, because I thought that somehow if I could just stay here long enough, somehow I could fix him. I could help him to figure it all out, and somehow magically he was going to change. It's not up to me to fix anyone. It's not up to me to fix anyone. If I have different energies in my life, they're entering and they're trying to show me I've got these, narcissism or abusive types of relationships, I'm the one that's calling them to me. They're not just, dancing in the door. Hi, Stacy and Gary. Thank you for joining. I knew I had a couple more. Right, we can't fix them. So And I'm the one that's bringing them back in out of my comfort level. If I feel more comfortable with being mistreated, if I allow myself, if I'm not practicing self love and I let them in the door, then of course, eventually, they're going to try to rip the heart out. They'll do it in little stages. You know, at first, most people who are narcissistic, all you see is the most, they can put on a good show. They can make you think they're somebody else. You will truly believe that they are somebody else. And oftentimes, I know for me and many people that I know, they're like, why did you marry that person? Or why did you stay with that person that long? Because they are very good at putting on a show. They're very good at manipulation. They're very good at trying to make you believe that all of the things that are wrong in your relationship are your fault. That's a good one too. They love to turn it around. Hi, Carol. Hi, Julie. Thank you for joining me. So here's the trick, you guys, now that you're coming in. I want you to try something, and it's a very simple thing. These are the two things that came to me this morning. First off, I had to go, wait a minute. I have a pattern. I am allowing myself. I allowed this person into my life, and I was allowing myself to be verbally abused, mistreated by this person, because I have been programmed to do that from childhood. So first off, you got to have the awareness, because they will sure try to make you think that everything's your own fault, and it's easy to fall back into that, isn't it? Secondly, it's very important to realize, like Stacey and Gary just said, we can't fix anyone. And as a matter of fact, nobody is really broken. Nobody needs to be fixed. They got their own stuff. We can't fix anyone. It's not our job to fix anyone. We love them. We can send healing, but we can't fix anyone. And so we can try to stay in a relationship for years and years and years, thinking that somehow if I just stick with this person long enough, they're going to get better. That's completely up to them. And so the second thing that they gave me this morning in meditation was, we only plant the seeds. It's up to them to water the garden. So that applies more to this that I'm doing right now. Oftentimes when I'm in relationships that can be kind of hurtful, kind of hurt me, whether they're saying it outright or their energy is off and they're just, I feel like I have that very injured little girl in me. And so I feel like I must be doing something wrong. Like I'll immediately go, see, there's the difference. The narcissist always thinks it's somebody else's fault, and the empathic person always thinks it's their fault. So we are the perfect targets in all of life. And so I will go to that place even when it comes to talking in front of people. I'll want a cocoon, because I feel like somehow if this person doesn't get fixed, if I can't love them enough in order for them to pull out of that narcissistic behavior, then somehow I've done something wrong and I'm a failure. And that will snowball out into everything that I do. I will then, and I really believe that this is important to talk about, because empaths have this big bullseye on their forehead, and they go about life just like collecting up these damaged souls that will create a target, that are like, that you're the person. I know I can't find my own inner light. I can't find love inside of me. And because I can't find that, I'm going to go try to find it in somebody else. But instead of finding it and enjoying it and relishing it and creating a beautiful relationship with that person, they want to break it down. Misery loves company. So they see your light and they want to try to snuff it out. And unfortunately, the planet is loaded full. Yes. We are good at attracting them, aren't we, Stacey? So here's the thing, is they told me today that anytime you have a relationship like this and you can't figure out through guilt, shame, blame, you're still trying to fix them, and you're feeling this lower vibrational energy that really doesn't serve you. Guilt, shame, and blame does not serve us, and they've been pushing that at me a lot lately. When I allow myself to go into guilt, I go in cocoon. I don't do what I came to the planet to do. I go into hiding because I feel like somehow I've failed somebody, and I might fail somebody else. And then I have a fear of failure. I'm a perfectionist, perfection 101. And so I'm afraid that I might hurt somebody, always. I'm always afraid that something I do might cause damage. This is a really strong empathic trait. And those that are narcissistic love it. They love it. They feed on it because they then can make you feel guilty for everything. Everything. It doesn't matter how well you do anything. They can turn it around and make it your fault, and they can make you feel guilty. So here's the trick. I keep telling you I'm going to give it to you. When you're in meditation, when you're calling in whoever it is that you call in, you don't have to call in the angels like I do. I call in, usually when I'm feeling that negativity, it's Archangel Michael right away. Woohoo, come on in. And he's like, okay, I need you to say this morning, I need you to say, I release, I release, I release 3 times. There's power in 3 for whatever reason. There, if you look at the everything that's really important and beautiful, even the way a pyramid sits, there's 3. You know, everything comes in 3s to me. I've always seen 3 as a powerful number. And so when I say something, I believe too, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Anytime you use those powerful affirmations, I release, I release, I release, something in you will shift. One time isn't enough. I don't think the angels need us to say it 3 times. I don't think any powers on either side. I think they really just need us to hear ourselves say it 3 times. Our ego needs to hear it. That little beautiful inner child inside of us needs to know we mean business. I release, I release, I release. So I'm cutting that cord. I'm releasing the energy of that person out of my life with love, with healing. I don't want to hurt them, so I'm releasing it. I'm cutting the cord completely, never to be reattached. And I am trusting that I have planted seeds that hopefully down the line will begin to sprout and grow if they begin to water them and tend to them. And if they don't, it's not my job to fix them. And so in all of that, there's this huge, massive energy that just goes, oh, okay. This is how every time we find ourselves back in that victim mode where we're allowing somebody to try to pull us into their own misery, because truly they are stuck in misery. They are stuck in something. They can't see their way out. They've tried, and I hurt for them. They've tried to follow these steps to get themselves out of that, but there's something in them that keeps pulling them back in. And so they get angry when they hear people that have, or when they see people that have found their way out, because that's not working for them. They haven't found what works right for them, and so they want to pull everyone else back down in with them. You know, they might have found it for a little while and they just couldn't hold it. So, and I really believe that all of us go through our ups and downs on the roller coaster ride anyway. You know, like we can find our way out. We've been through traumas. We're like superheroes. We've been through everything. Trust me. You have likely gone through being burned at the stake and hung, and you know, who knows what kind of horrible tortures and things that you've been through in past lives. And in this life alone, if you don't even want to think about past lives, we've been through a lot, haven't we? We know what it's like to suffer. We came here for the opportunity of experiencing life as everyone else experiences it, and feeling the pain and the suffering and the grief and everything that comes through being physical. And then we step forward and say, guess what? Yes, you've got it. We've done it. But we don't have to dwell on it. We don't have to stay there all the time. Yes, it's going to revisit because we're still physical, and nobody's bypassing that. But there are times when you can really feel that energy of love come through and bring you healing like you've never had before. And in those moments, relish in it. Talk about it. Share it out. Don't be afraid. Yes, it's going to make some narcissists very angry when you find that sweet spot of peace and love. And every day I feel like if you're willing to stick with me in these meditations, we'll always go there. Anybody that opens to it will find that love, because you're so surrounded by it all the time. It's such a giving time to be alive. The universe is so giving. We have so much energy that's so beautiful, and we just draw it in like magnets. It just comes to us when we ask for it. And I hope that as this old energy that is this snowball effect of narcissism and hate that's going around the planet, that it at some point that old energy is gone, that these people don't have to suffer that way anymore. But for now, I'm going to take care of me. And if they don't like it, I'm sorry. If they don't like it, they can step away and suffer on their own. We don't have to let ourselves play victim to the negative energy that's on the planet. That's what I'm trying to say. I hope you can hear me in that. I hope it resonated with some of you, because it's very important. We don't have to suffer like that. We don't have to allow them to pull us into their game. It's a very slippery slope. And so you deserve to feel loved. You deserve to feel joy and peace and whatever it is that brings goodness and this new love energy back into your world. And you don't need to be the victim to those people that are hurting so much. I really hope they figure it out. I really do. But for now, it's not selfish to self-love. That's my message for today. All right, so who would like to go? I see a nice little group. Yes, Stacy. You know what? We've been good at attracting them, but we don't have to stay that way. We're going to be like, what was it that we heard when we were children? I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. And that's one of the most basic. Children are so smart. If we create that energy, the bubble around ourselves, and every time we stop being, wipe that target off your head. Yes, you're an empathic badass. You are not a victim. You don't deserve to be treated poorly in any relationship that you have. And if someone begins to show signs of that and they're trying to hurt you verbally, and it's, I know sometimes people have pain, but if they show their true colors and they're only going to hurt you, you can step away. You are not a tree. We kind of feel like trees, but you know what I mean by that. You're not rooted to the very place. We have the freedom to get away from stuff like that and respect yourself enough to say, okay, enough. I recognize this. I see your narcissistic behavior. I love you, and I can't have this in my life. So, okay, that's a good one. All right, Julie. Yeah, I hope they figured out as well. Hi, Lisa Kessler. You know what? We can love them. We love them. We send them love. I still do that for anyone that has treated me like that. I'll still send them love energetically. I just won't let them steal my thunder. Like, we are powerful. We are amazing energies walking the planet, and we don't deserve to be mistreated. It's time to draw the line. So go ahead, and if you want to join in for just a few minutes, I love this little gathering. Powerful souls. Where would we like to go today? Let's see where they're taking us. Why do I see a cornfield? Why do I see abundance? That's what it is. I'm seeing this field that's just so abundant. Imagine now, do you know what it's like in the peace of mind? Yes, steal our peace of mind. We can't have that. Do you know what it's like in the fall when, and I love the fall so much, but when we start to harvest, that's where they're taking us, to this harvest time when we see the fields are just full of, it's right before harvest. It's this abundance. The field is just green. The corn stalks are so high. And every stalk has these beautiful ears of corn on it. And this corn field goes forever. And right in the center of it, there is a little place for us to gather. There's a little sweet spot. It's like it's void of anything growing. And we're standing right there in the center. So I want you to look down at your feet. I want you to feel the energy down into your feet. And I want you to begin to breathe. And as you're breathing, use that sense of smell. Do you know what it smells like to stand in the middle of a cornfield? I do. It's rich, isn't it? So green and so rich. There's just a certain smell, and it's hard to describe it unless you've done this. And so as we've moved our way into the center of the field, we feel our feet on the earth. Mother Gaia is present, so present right now. She's showing us the abundance of the planet. A planet that is void of the old energy, that is completely brand new. She is reinventing herself. So feel her energy come up through your feet. So beautiful. And as you feel that energy come up your legs, standing here in the middle of this abundant field, I want you to feel that sense of abundance. It's so rich. The earth is dark brown and beautiful under your feet. And the energy that's coming up through the earth, Mother Gaia is feeding you a sense of abundance. It's rich, golden. Think of the corn, the color of it, and the sun that's shining down on your face. If you listen closely, you can hear water. It must be a river close by. Something that feeds this beautiful, waters this beautiful cornfield that we're in. And energy is building, hard for me to talk through. So as that energy comes up into the base of your spine, it's working through every one of those chakra centers. It's aligning your chakras. It's bringing you to a sense of balance. Feel that energy. And coming up into that second chakra now, clearing as it goes. And as it moves through, it gets these two fans in each chakra. They're going opposite directions and they're spinning quickly now. So it's come up through the root and up into the second. And I can feel that spin of energy into the second. And then up into the solar plexus. Feel that energy right there in the belly. Now it's right under your rib cage, and it is building, and that is the core of you. So she is filling you up. So pull that energy right into the center. It moves up into the heart, and all the way around the very center of your being is filling now with energy. And continue to breathe. Pull that energy up. Moving up into the heart and into the high heart. Feel that as you breathe. Bringing healing and clearing. And so much love. Up into the throat. Clearing your throat, allowing you to speak. Speak your truth. Don't hold it back anymore. Doesn't matter how many people try to steal your voice. Speak who you are now. Sing if you feel the need. Start speaking in light language. Whatever comes through your throat, just let it come on out. Beautiful. So much energy. Thank you for sharing like this. It's so beautiful. And as we come up through the throat, you can feel that clearing energy coming up through. So powerful. There's a lot of healing going to your throats right now. I feel like this is going to be a powerful message for people who have been holding their voices back for fear. So just let it flow. Like a beautiful river of energy coming down through your throat. And now I'm feeling the energy right up in the forehead, and the third eye across to the ears. Letting them balance your energy. Just let go of anything that's holding you back and just let them balance you out. You're like a big compass. You don't want to be dizzy all the time. We're asking Archangel Raphael for any healing, physical healing that anyone needs to direct that. Sending this beautiful earth energy to wherever it's needed. You may need it in the ears or the head. and feeling the energy come up through the crown and opening that crown up, and all of those chakras going on up through, way up, reaching all the way up into the heavens. I just got Archangel Metatron is here. Sacred geometry, that's what I saw. So beautiful. They are just filling us up with powerful energy today. They want you to feel who you really are. Feel that energy moving through, all the way up through your crown. And then this beautiful energy. So see yourself now. We're down by the water. We've moved. They just kind of boop, plucked us up and put us down by the water. There's a beautiful waterfall. And it's just kind of, it's kind of warm here. So it would feel really good, wouldn't it? To step into that water. Step down in. And then walk over when you're ready and step into that waterfall. And imagine that source energy, the most powerful energy there is, the root of all of us, this God energy, comes down over your head and washes down around your body and down through your crown. Well done. Good release of energy there. Washing down through all of your chakras, clearing anything that you're clinging to. You just say right now 3 times with me. I release. I release. I release. And it's letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Any cords, connections, anything that is keeping you in that lower vibration that's not letting you feel that immense love that's flowing right now. And it's filling up your heart. Whew. You can feel that energy going right into that core of you. It washes all the way down through every chakra and down into the earth. And now I just want you to take a big breath and feel the difference from when we started. Feel how clear you are. This is your goal, to feel grounded and clear. Letting your energy flow. Let that love in. It just flows down through you. You are not a target. You are an amazing soul. Powerful. Here to do beautiful things. As we're thanking the earth, that energy is going down into the earth and she is thanking us. She says, thank you for spending the time here with me. She's always available, feeling that abundance as it flows through you. It is the energy that is more important than anything. It's feeling, the sense of, the energy of abundance is what brings you what it is that you need or want or desire. It's everything is energy first. So she is giving you this beautiful energy to create. Feel that. Fill your body now. It just fills you right up. You are like the cornfield, she says. You are so close to harvest time. Imagine that. You have this beautiful abundance within you, and you are so close to harvest. Thank you, Mother Gaia. That's beautiful. And now you're just all wrapped up in love. Your guides, your angels, they have just wrapped you up. Feel that come up from behind you. Just allow yourself to feel supported and loved in every way. Releasing all sense of guilt, shame, blame. All of it. Let it all go. Taking in a big breath. And anyone who has specific needs here in this group, or anyone that you know that is having specific needs, if you'd like to send out energy for the next 15 seconds, just go ahead and do that. Beautiful. And to the earth herself. Sending healing to this earth, this beautiful planet that we love so much. Thanking the guides and the angels for coming in and assisting us. They're starting to pull back a little bit, but keep that sense of love. Don't let it go. They want you to carry that with you as you go out into your day. So Archangel Michael is wrapping you up in a beautiful bubble. You have this bubble of protection around you. Only love in, only love out. And say after me 3 more times. Say, and so it is, And so it is. And so it is. That is you sealing yourself up, believing that this is all possible, that you are healed, that you have love all around you, that you are safe and protected as you go into this world. Remember to pull your energy back in, up through your feet, feeling your toes, wiggling your hands, feeling that energy come all the way back up. Hi, Angel. Come back and join us when we get started, okay? Beautiful. Thank you so much. Now I want you to feel yourself fully back into the body. Don't go out into the world until you're fully awake, okay? Feeling yourself fully back in your body, complete, at peace, grounded, and centered. Beautiful. Well done. The energy was magnificent this morning. Thank you all for joining me in that, for sharing. It is beautiful. We will be back today. A little bit of business. Carol and I are beginning the show Forever After That again. It was a show that I was doing on Enlightened World Network for a while. It is all about grief, overcoming grief, or working our way through feeling the energies of loved ones, communication with loved ones. It could go anywhere. So we will be doing that show again today at 6 p.m. It seemed right on the 6/6 portal to be on at 6 p.m. and that is Eastern Standard Time. Forever After That, yay, Julie. So it's going to be just the two of us today, and we'll start pulling in guests next week for those who have had experiences with loved ones that have passed, or they're mediums and they're feeling, or they're getting messages for people. How to work with this energy. The veil is pretty much non-existent. We're just having all these beautiful experiences, and I know people think we're crazy for it, but we are crazy like a fox. Is that what they say? This energy is so healing and so beautiful, and these messages need to get out. They're right there waiting to say, hey, I love you, to those that have lost loved ones. They just want to know that they're still around. So that's what this show is all about. So I hope that you'll join us at 6 o'clock. The veil is gone. You're right, Stacy. It really isn't. The only veil that we are experiencing is the veil of our belief system. If our beliefs say that there is a separation between us and what's on the other side, then we create it. We create a veil that stops us from experiencing those loved ones. So as we allow that belief system to change, we just lay it all down and say, why wouldn't they still be here? Then they come to us and they've always been there. We just haven't been able to experience them until we opened to that. We let go of those old negative beliefs. So that's what the show is going to be all about tonight. I can't wait to join you guys. Have a great day. We will see you. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Lisa. I can't wait. We'll see you in just a few hours. Take good care of yourselves today. Be safe. Be protected in that beautiful bubble. Let yourself have that experience. Take good care of yourselves today. Bye.